Hi everyone, it's Donnie Lowy at Closeoutexplosion.com. I hope you're having an amazing day today. Today I'd like to discuss with you how to navigate the New York wholesale district. So first of all, there are many different types of wholesale districts in New York. And this video hopefully is going to give you tips that you can use, that you can benefit from, regardless of which wholesale district you're looking at. You could be at the wholesale district around the fashion district. You could be looking for dresses. Perhaps you are in the wholesale district it's in the lower 20s and you're looking for wholesale flowers. And there's, different types of districts depending what kind of merchandise you are looking for. Tip number one, stay focused. Know what it is that you're looking for. It's very easy to get overwhelmed, and it's also just as easy to get distracted. Even myself, when I'm going to the wholesale district, whether I'm there to buy, to sell, whenever I interact with people and I see a different deal, I see a new showroom open up, I see a sale going on, so it's very easy to lose focus. So I strongly recommend, and it's a challenge I have, and I'm sure it's a challenge many of us can relate with, do your best to stay focused. Have a plan. Say to yourself, if you're in the New York Fashion District, for example, and you are there for 2 days, so say to yourself, one day I'm going to be devoted towards looking for dresses, and the other day I'll be looking for suits. Or one day I'm going to be going to the showrooms that I'm familiar with, and the other day I'll be using that day to explore new showrooms. Another tip I'd like to give you is to go online, and you're going to see there is a resource, an online resource put out by New York City, and it's essentially a directory of the New York Fashion District. And then you could look at all the different suppliers that are available. They might not cover every supplier, but there will be many suppliers that are there. Tip number 3. Keep in mind that when you go to a showroom, there are going to be different types of showrooms. One type of showroom is a reseller, and there's actually another type of showroom I want to mention, which is essentially a retailer that might advertise that they have wholesale prices, and they might in fact, but have in mind that most of their prices, especially before you start negotiating, are actually going to be retail prices. You're also going to have showrooms that are really brokers, meaning they might, let's say, come to my warehouse in Brooklyn, see what I have available, buy some samples for me, then take the samples back to their showroom in Manhattan, show those samples to their customers, and then when they get an order, then they source the merchandise for me. I could either ship it directly to the customer or I ship it to them, and then they give the merchandise to the customer. Another type of showroom is a showroom where they represent a brand, either an exclusive or a non-exclusive, but maybe more of a semi-formal arrangement, and they specialize in a brand's overstock, or maybe they deal with a certain factory that has production and they sell that factory's production. So that's also, a good showroom to deal with. But keep in mind that you want to deal with showrooms that either represent their own brand or they have a good relationship with a brand or with a department store, and they are getting overstock or store returns specifically from that brand or that department store or that factory. But the idea is that you want to deal with wholesalers or other closeout brokers even, but you want to deal with people who can offer you access to merchandise that you might not otherwise get. Because if it's merchandise that's widely available and that wholesaler is charging the same price that other wholesalers are charging you, then okay, it's fine as long as you get a good deal, but it's not as special as dealing with someone that can either give you a really good price that's not available elsewhere, or that could give you merchandise that is not available elsewhere. Another type of showroom that you're going to see in New York City, especially in the fashion district, are a brand-owned showroom. So for instance, you could contact Calvin Klein, you could contact Ahari, and you could set up an appointment to go visit their showroom. And now, the challenge with dealing with that showroom, well, let me tell you first the good thing. The good thing about dealing with that showroom is they're going to be buying merchandise directly from the company, which is great. You're going to be able to get the latest fashions, the latest styles. The challenge is that you're going to have to pay a higher price, and a higher price than if you bought that same merchandise as a closeout. And also, it might be harder to set up an account with them. They might have certain requirements that another wholesaler might not have. So there's definitely, the pros and the positives and negatives in every situation. Another thing you can always do is you can, start negotiating, buy more merchandise, and then, move up the chain. So the more you could buy, the better deals you're going to be able to get. And that's true, it should be true with whoever you buy from. Now, I know I keep mentioning New York City. Now, I happen to be, for instance, my warehouse is in Brooklyn, so there's definitely a lot of wholesale places and closeout businesses outside of Manhattan, whether it's New Jersey, or you come to some of the other boroughs, like Brooklyn, Queens, for example, has, a lot of wholesale places. And keep in mind that, let's say in Queens or on Grand Street, there's, I would call it a semi-formal wholesale district, because there's a lot of wholesalers that are on Grand Street, Metropolitan Avenue in Brooklyn, and you'll find a lot of Chinese wholesalers selling discount merchandise, selling cell phone accessories, and so on. All right, so if you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be very happy to meet you the next time you come to New York. My website is closeoutexplosion.com. Thank you and have an amazing day.